This exercise is a game changer. It will change your life completely. Do these exercises with Natto to power up your gut. That's something I'm going to talk about today, so stick around. Hi, my name is Sachiaki Takamiya. I am the author of Natto Unleashed and the Ikigai Diet. Okay, so today I'll be talking about natto and gut health. Yeah, how natto can help your gut microbiome, and I'll be sharing with you some activities, not necessarily exercises, but some activities that can help your gut health tremendously when it is combined with eating natto. Yeah, and then I'll be sharing with you some exercises that can help your gut health with natto. And eventually, at the end of this video, I'll be sharing with you one specific exercise that will supercharge your gut. Yeah, so please watch the video until the end. Thank you. Okay, so what exercises can you do with natto for your gut health? Right. So in the last video, I shared with you some cardio exercise that is good to combine with natto eating. Yeah, and the video title was natto and cardio exercise, how much per week? Yeah, this is because natto contains an enzyme called natto kinase, which supports your heart health. So by combining good cardio exercise, it will power up your heart health tremendously. Yeah. And then the video before, I shared with you some exercises that help your bone health because natto contains a high amount of vitamin K2, which support your bone health. Therefore, combining some, bone health exercises and natto eating, you can supercharge your bone. Yeah. The video title is natto and exercise, a powerful combo for strong bones. Right. So today I'll be sharing with you natto and exercise is good for your gut microbiome. This is because natto contains another thing that is called nattokin, natto bacteria, which is Bacillus subtilis. Yeah. So this bacteria kind of ferment the soybeans to make natto. Yeah, it's a critical component of natto. And this is not just a regular bacteria, it's a super bacteria. Well, first of all, natto is a fermented food. So fermented food in general is good for your gut microbiome. Yeah. But nattokin is especially good for your gut microbiome because it forms endospores to resist unfavorable conditions such as extreme heat or extreme, cold. Yeah. And then, therefore, it safely journeys through the stomach acid. Yeah. And this is not the case with, like lactic acid bacteria and other, stuff. So nattokin is very powerful in this sense. Yeah. Therefore, nattokin is considered to be the coordinator of the gut microbiome. It kind of, organizes the composition of your, the gut microbiome in general. Yeah. So to improve your gut health, you definitely want to include natto into your diet. But just like anything else, yeah, it is best if you combine it with exercises. There are certain exercises which can help your gut as well. Yeah. But before talking about exercises, there are some activities which also help your gut health. Yeah. First one is fasting. Yeah. Natto should be combined with fasting more than anything else. Yeah. Now, so many people practice fasting to activate sirtuin or autophagy, which are key to anti-aging. Yeah. Like in case of autophagy, it is the kind of the cellular recycling mechanism. And then if we age or when we get old, we kind of lose this function, compared to when we were younger. Therefore, we need to consciously activate autophagy. And fasting is one method. Therefore, many people practice fasting to activate autophagy. But there's another purpose of fasting, that is to give a break to your gut. Yeah, giving a break to your gut is very important, right? And then especially when you eat natto, this is critical because spermidine. You know spermidine? So an autophagy inducer. So there are certain nutrients that can activate autophagy as well. And spermidine is one of them. And then natto is considered to be the food that contains the highest amount of spermidine among spermidine-rich foods. So if you want to use spermidine to activate autophagy, natto is your go-to food, right? However, when you want to utilize the power of spermidine, you need to understand one mechanism. That is the relationship between autophagy and mTOR. Yeah. Now, what is mTOR? mTOR is the kind of regulator of growth. Yeah. It itself is important too. It helps your, muscle growth and growth in general. Yeah. But it's a kind of the opposite of autophagy. When mTOR is on, autophagy is off. And when autophagy is on, mTOR is off. Yeah, you cannot have them on both at the same time. Yeah, so one kind of suppresses the other, right? And then what happens when you eat natto fast is natto's protein induces mTOR because mTOR is activated by protein. Yeah, and natto is a high protein food. It's a protein powerhouse. So the protein induces mTOR fast. That means autophagy is not on right away. Yeah. So for the spermidine in natto to start working, you need to wait until you are in a fasted state, which is about 8 to 12 hours after, right? So let's say if you eat natto for dinner and you finish eating dinner at 8 p.m. and then you have your breakfast at 7 a.m., that means you have only 11 hours break. You may be in the fasted state at the end of your, just before you eat your breakfast, but maybe, yeah, you're not even in a fasted state. That's possible, right? But if you practice, let's say 16 hours fasting, then you have extra 4 hours. And then during that time, stamina can help you, yeah, to activate autophagy. Fasting itself activates autophagy, but spermidine kind of pushes it. It sort of support your fasting, activity, right? Therefore, you don't have to practice fasting every day, but from time to time, it is critical to practice fasting, especially when you eat natto. If you want to utilize the benefit of spermidine, it should be combined with fasting, right? And then the next thing is chewing, because when you talk about digestion, yeah, so the gut or the intestine is the last part of your digestion, and then the entire process of digestion is very important. So the first step is chewing. You want to chew a lot. This is not so much talked about in the biohacking movement in general. It is more kind of Oriental or the Japanese thing, yeah. But we always talk about chewing in Japanese natural food movement, yeah. So I kind of wrote more about it in my book, The Ikigai Diet, in chapter 11, The Secret of Japanese Longevity, How Over What. So not so much about what you eat. I mean, what you eat is important, but how you eat. Yeah, and chewing is one of them. So please read chapter 11 in the Ikigai Diet to understand this more. Okay, so now we can get into exercises. Yeah, so best exercises for gut health. Right. First of all, any exercise promotes gut health. Yeah. So doing any kind of exercise is good for your gut in general. Yeah. Then but you're wondering what specific exercises are good for your gut health. Now, that was something difficult to find. In fact, I couldn't find anything on the internet. Yeah, when you talk about gut microbiome and so on, but there was information about your digestive health. So when I actually search under gut health, they usually give you gut health or digestive health. Yeah, and then these are one, so sit-ups or crunchies, and then brisk walking, yoga, and biking, and pelvic floor activation. Yeah. So I suppose, yeah, if you work on your kind of belly area or sort of digestive, functions in general, it should help your gut health in general. Yeah. So I think doing those exercises are helpful, especially look at brisk walking. Remember, it is good for bone health and heart health. So by doing brisk walking, you can help, yeah, your gut, your bone, and your heart all at the same time. Yeah. And especially I recommend Nordic walking. Yeah. Um, now, this is because when you practice Nordic walking, you have your spine straight, you have your back straight. Yeah. And then in the Oriental medicine, we think of our body in symmetry. Yeah. We kind of think of our body parts in symmetric. Yeah. So, for example, if you have a tense shoulder, you want to work on your shoulder, but at the same time, you want to work on your feet. Yeah. And then when you think about your, gut or your belly area, then you need to work on your back. So having a straight back is critical for your belly health. Yeah. So when you Nordic walk, yeah, it's because you walk with your back straight. And then, so that means your kind of a belly is sort of pushed to the forward. Yeah. And then, there's a hara area. Hara or tanden in Japanese is the very important point in martial art and, healing art such as shiatsu. Yeah. And then the hara area is about 5 centimeters below your, the belly button. Yeah. And then, so imagine that you're walking with hara. So the hara is the leader of your body part. So the hara kind of stand at the front, and every body part kind of follow hara. So you have the hara front, and then you kind of walk like that, and that should help your gut health tremendously, right? And then talk about sit-ups and pelvic floor activation. You're kind of working on the belly area again, and you can give belly massage. Yeah, like a clockwise. So I do sort of apply kind of acupressure type of thing on the belly in circle. That is good, especially towards the end of your fasting window. Yeah. When I practice prolonged fasting, I always give a belly massage at the end of my fasting. And then gardening is good. Yeah. This is because you are kind of exposing yourself with the soil microbiome. And then soil microbiome and gut microbiome are related. They're in the same microbial world. So by working in the soil, you become more in tune with the microbial world, and that kind of indirectly, you sort of pay attention to the gut microbiome as well. And just staying in nature, just being surrounded by, natural kingdom also helps. Okay. And then Oriental exercises in general are said to be good for your gut health. So because gut health is somewhat not really scientific. I mean, recently many scientists talk about gut health, but it always has been more the field of Oriental medicine and stuff like that. So they have a lot more understanding about this. Yeah. Not only about your gut, but organs in general. Because in Chinese medicine, for example, all the organs are key. The organs and the meridians, the line of energy running through your body. And then there are so many exercises which help those organs. Yeah. So yoga was mentioned in the digestive exercises too. And then tai chi and qi-gong. Yeah, those are all good for your gut health, right? Um, okay, and then today I will share with you one particular, this is the qigong and tai chi exercise that supercharges your gut. Yeah, this exercise is a game changer. It will change your life completely. This is called standing meditation or tantoko in Japanese. Yeah. So what you do is stand with your feet shoulder width apart and parallel to each other. Then have your knees slightly bent, but make sure that when you look down, you can still see your toes. Yeah. And then put your arms front like that. Yeah. Now, I'm not a Qigong instructor, so to learn the proper posture, please watch other videos. There are tons of videos on standing meditation. So please watch other videos to learn the proper posture. Yeah. But here, I'll show you how to, use this exercise for your gut health. Yeah. Now, so you kind of have your palms and you remember hara, the tanden, which is 5 centimeters below your navel. Yeah, you kind of form a triangle sort of shape, and then you kind of feel the key energy in the triangle. So you feel the key energy in your palms and to your hara or tanden. Yeah, and this is a great exercise to improve your gut microbiome. Yeah, so this is my way. I mean, other people probably do standing meditation from differently, but just for particular gut microbiome, boosting purpose, I use this for that. Yeah, right. Yeah, but generally for standing meditation, please watch other videos. Thank you. Okay, so now how about natto then? Okay. I always, forget about natto. Of course, everything should be combined with natto eating. Okay, so when should you eat natto and when should you exercise? Okay, so you can eat natto anytime, but the best time of eating natto is dinner time because when you want a natto kinase to work, it's best to have natto for dinner time, and then you can have natto kinase working during your sleep. Yeah, and also when you practice fasting in the morning, you skip breakfast. Yeah, and then the best time to, well, I suppose any time after waking up is okay because, if you have like 12 hours, if you finish dinner at 8 p.m. and you get up at 7, so it'll be, after sort of 11 to, 12 hours. So you are already in a kind of fasted state. So it's good to do your exercises when you are in fasted state. Yeah. And usually, because I like to get the morning sunlight. So when I go like Nordic walking, I usually go Nordic walking in the morning. Yeah. With the morning sunlight. Yeah. But for the kind of muscle exercise, if you want to do a like body weight strength hit type thing, I usually do it at the end of my fasting window. So if I have lunch at 1 o'clock, that means I do it around 12, between 12 to 1, I do the body weight hit. And then I have lunch right after so that I can get some protein to help my muscles. Yeah. For the tantoko, the standing meditation, I suppose it's good to do it in the morning, but anytime between, yeah, like 8 a.m. to 12, anytime between 8 a.m. to the end of your fasting is okay. Yeah. I would say maybe the morning is the best time to do your exercises. Yeah. And then, um, when you do a prolonged fast, like 36 hours fasting, it's incredible to do Kantoko, the standing meditation. I always do it at the end of my 36-hour fasting. Right. And then you also want to do stretching and flexibility in general. They are not specifically, supporting your gut health, but the loosening your body in general is critical in Oriental medicine. So I'm sure they will support your gut as well. Yeah. So I have another video called Stretching and Flexibility. So please watch this video. And then for Nordic walking, please watch my video. Sunrise Nordic walking is a great way to start your day. All right. And for the health benefits of natto, how it can support your gut health, heart health, bone health, and more, please read Natto Unleashed, the secret Japanese superfood that will revolutionize the Western diet. The book contains other information such as recipes, where to buy natto, DIY natto, navigating natto's taste, and natto hacking. Okay, thank you very much. Again, my name is Sachiaki Takamiya. I am the author of Natto Unleashed and the Ikigai Diet. If you like this video, please give me your thumb up and subscribe to my channel. And please leave your comment. Yeah. Do you have any ideas of exercises for gut health? And what kind of gut-friendly exercises do you do? Thank you. Well, I'll see you in the next video. Live with your Ikigai!